The most common and insidious manipulation techniques used by narcissists and organized abusers is the reverse hero tactic, where the abuser flips the narrative to glorify silence and demonize truth-telling. When the narcissist gets exposed, like yesterday, so I exposed one tarot reader who was targeting the Queen of Wands and was giving extreme slanderous accusations towards this Queen of Wands. So when narcissists or manipulative groups are exposed, when their lies, gaslighting, or smear campaigns are brought into the light, they experience narcissistic injury. And exposure threatens their entire illusion of control. So they resort to damage control, which is reframing the narrative to make themselves look righteous and to silence the one who spoke up. And this is what's happening right now. So as these individuals were exposed being a slanderous, defamatory, lying gang stalkers that they are now creating a mirror. So I'll give you an example. Someone made a reading titled, "You shut down all that shit down. Your reality is proof everything said about you was bullshit. You're epic as fuck." So why? So in short, the content of this whole reading was mirroring my reality, where I did expose the lies about me and what this group of people has been lying about me. So why don't I trust this reading when it's resonating? Well, one, for the fact that these are the individuals that are lying about me, creating these narratives. So, if they're antagonizing me for years, why the hell would these individuals glorify me now? Two, this story is what is echoing right now from multiple platforms where they are getting paid to narrate. So, of course, they are good with narration. So this is the pattern that they've shown like for years, where their lies echoes each other's lies. And three, there are details in these readings that doesn't match. Yes, I indeed exposed the bullshit, but the victim in their stories is the one that doesn't need to speak up and chose to walk away. Psychopaths always flips the script in order to take the credit. So the counter narrative, glorifying the silent one. You see, I am quiet too. But not to the point of not speaking up about their lies. So this is really creating a confusion for some people. And what they were doing, they're mixing truths and lies, which this creates more confusion to a lot of people. And this is a form of gaslighting. So understand that the goal of the gang stalkers is to make these lies affect your life, where people stay away from you and that people will treat you horribly because of these lies they spread. So the takedown was public. And if I hadn't spoken up, then I'd be dead. Now, their new storyline slash damage control slash manipulation usually goes something like this. So, see, she didn't even have to speak up. So, she just walked away gracefully. That's how a real enlightened person handles it. So, this narrative glorifies the one who stayed quiet. Often, the real abuser, which is in this case is, or a bystander complicit in the abuse. And this shames the person who actually spoke up as being dramatic, chaotic, or low vibration. Low vibrational. So in other words, they weaponize the concept of composure. They sell the idea that silence equals moral superiority, not because that they believe it, but because it serves their agenda. So in manipulation, the liar now becomes the calm, spiritual, graceful person. And that the truth teller is now the emotional, unstable, and chaotic one. This is psychological inversion, the favorite trick of narcissistic systems. So the underlying goal of this tactic is to silence the person who exposes them. Now they know that truth is powerful. That if you keep speaking, their whole illusion will collapse. So they create a moral framework where your voice becomes the problem. Now they rebrand your courage as drama. They reframe your truth as chaos. They glorify silence so that they can make your expression look shameful. And this is how narcissists manufacture social control by shaming emotional honesty and rewarding silence. It's a psychological message that says, look what happens when you speak up. You'll be labeled unstable, unspiritual, or vindictive. It's an intimidation strategy, a way to socially punish truth-telling so others are too afraid to ever do it. And this entire process is a propaganda model. It mirrors how authoritarian systems operate. So expose the truth teller as the source of conflict, then sanctify the liar or silent enabler as the embodiment of peace, and rebrand truth as attack and deceit as grace. Okay. So by glorifying the one who stayed quiet, they create a false contrast that isolates the victim even further. They present themselves and their allies as calm, spiritual, or above it all, while painting the real victim, the one with the courage to speak, as erratic, vindictive, or attention-seeking. It's a social engineering tactic that plays on collective bias. Now people naturally want to side with whoever seems calm, composed, and self-controlled. And narcissist knows this. So they perform composure. Meanwhile, the abuse, who is traumatized, emotional, and fighting to be believed, appears unstable, when in fact they are simply reacting to chronic injustice. So this manipulation traps the victim in a no-win situation. If you speak up, you're creating chaos. If you go silent, they use that silence to rewrite the story in their favor. It's psychological imprisonment, a trap designed to make you doubt your own voice and to discourage others from ever speaking up. So they want their target emotionally paralyzed. unsure whether any action that they will take will be used against them. And that is how they regain control after exposure. On a spiritual level, this is what is known as false light manipulation. These individuals or group masquerading as light. So they use spiritual language like peace, grace, detachment, forgiveness, not as virtues but as weapons. They twist spiritual principles into tools of suppression. They make truth-telling look low vibrational and passivity look divine. So understand that true light does not silence truth. And true spirituality stands beside the oppressed, not the comfortable. So truth disrupts illusions. That is why it is always demonized by those who depend on illusion to survive. Like narcissists. So when a narcissist glorifies the one who did not need to speak up and shames the one who did, it's not enlightenment, it is narrative control. It's a silencing tactic to protect the abuser and punish the truth teller. Because in their world, silence is complicity and truth is rebellion. Now, the manipulated illusion of reality. I'll give you some clarity. So if a thief stole and became wealthy, does reality speak for itself? So exactly, a thief can appear successful, yes. A liar can appear respected, yes. Especially if they have a lot of money. A manipulator can appear loved. Yes. You see, reality can be manipulated, but truth cannot. Psychopaths build false realities. They create appearances that look like evidence. It's like, look how many people believe them. And look how calm this person is. So, what you're seeing is not true. It's a social illusion, carefully constructed through triangulation, gossip, and manipulation of perception. So when you see multiple people speaking on behalf of someone who remained silent, well, I don't know, it looks like flying monkeys to me. Spinning stories to glorify that person while demonizing another. You are not seeing the truth unfold naturally. You are seeing a psychological operation unfold intentionally. It is indeed reality, but it is not truth. Truth does not need coordination and collaboration, but lies do. That is why it is echoing into each other's platforms. Let us not forget that there are some truths out there about someone building off of someone's energy and someone else's inheritance. In that, there's a coven who stole and paid a hitman. That there is someone paying these tarot readers to dish out fabricated narratives. And that the coven they are talking about are these readers themselves. So no matter how much they manipulate everything, it's just good to be reminded of all this. Now, if we understood this, if I will be connecting the lives of Goddess Nicole and all others who created that targeting message towards the Queen of Wands for years. So they were portraying the Queen of Wands. The most recent narrative was that they were portraying the Queen of Wands as a bad leader. And this Queen of Cups energy as a good leader, whom according to them, someone wants to leave this Queen of Wands and goes to this person, Queen of Cups. So if I were to understand everything, when just by realizing and piecing all the pieces together, the person who targeted me is the Queen of Cups energy, who's playing the victim, who wanted something from me. Could be a partner or a soulmate, but it seems like who also wanted a position. Who's working with her fellow karmic group, considering that someone whistleblowed that the tarot community is getting paid to fabricate narratives. A community that is a coven, and the Queen of Cups working with a coven who allegedly stole something. Then I saw this tarot reading today saying, got everyone involved to cover up what she did. Then, got more people on board to justify it. Wow. If I have the possession that according to you, I'm a bad leader, so that means I have the possession, right? If I have the man that according to you wants to go towards you, so that means I have the man. If I have the talent and the true essence, then you must be extremely jealous.